guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you my favorite pantry staples that I keep in my kitchen to be able to make easy and affordable meals for my family. I'm also going to be sharing with you how I incorporate these staple ingredients into meals. So I'm going to be referencing some meals that you can use throughout the video and make. Some of these recipes I already have on my channel. Some of them you can just Google, but I'm going to be trying to help you out so that you can get your pantry stocked and ready for the winter and save some money for Christmas. It's almost Christmas time, so let's try to save as much money as we can to be able to give to more people. How about it? Let's get into the video. And I am going to go ahead and start with some staples that I have on hand for baking. You can always bake things out of scratch, like it's the easiest thing. Always have powdered sugar. You can whip that together and make some icing. Brown sugar you can incorporate into a ton of different recipes. I also keep on hand some chia seeds to be able to put in oatmeal, cereal, smoothies to thicken some things up. It helps make you fuller. I also have sugar. I keep my sugar in just something like this. And you've got to have flour. It is so essential to have flour for baking. I'm still in the process of just like organizing this and making it the best that I can, so this is not an organizational video for your pantry. This is just what I like to keep in it. Alright, so I also have CRISCO. Sometimes you need this in baking. It's really helpful to have it on hand. And almond bark. So you can get these in different flavors. These are so easy to use for baking chocolate. There's so many different recipes that you can use with almond bark. I always keep on hand some food coloring, some vanilla to do some cooking with the kids. Vegetable oil is also really handy to have whenever you are cooking and baking. You always need oil. I also like to keep on hand some evaporated milk, some sweetened condensed milk, especially around the holidays whenever I'm baking, making pies. Those are easy to throw in. Coconut oil is also a good one to have when you're baking. You can use this for a lot of things, kind of like CRISCO too. Okay, so I also have some of my baking stuff up here above my stove, but I like to keep an assortment of oils. So canola oil, olive oil, cornstarch, Karo syrup is good. Vinegar is super handy too. I have sesame oil, red wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, baking soda, super handy. Baking powder, I've got honey, I've got yeast in the back is great too. And baking powder and icing. Some other sweets that I like to have on hand are some chocolate chips for pancakes, banana bread, cookies, Nutella. This is the off-brand, obviously. All of this was bought from Aldi. That's one of my favorite stores. I like to keep on hand some peanut butter and some raisins. These are good to throw in to cookies and just a snack too with my kids. Alright, so the next staple that I'm going to move into in my house is pastas. Pastas are amazing at being able to feed large families, being able to stretch food out and feed more people. So I always have a lot of pasta on hand for many recipes, okay? Tortellini. Throw it with some sauce in the crock-pot all day. You've got tortellini soup. I mean, tortellini soup. Google it. There's so many different recipes out there. I have many types of pastas. I've got elbow pasta. I've got penne. I've got more elbow. Whatever this is. Farfalle. I don't know. Somebody tell me in the comments how to say that. I don't know. I like to keep spaghetti on hand. We eat spaghetti at least once a week. And I always like to make lasagna too. So lasagna is another recipe my family loves. Egg noodles is great to have on hand as well. And I would not say that this is a kitchen staple, but my family loves ramen. I know, it's not healthy, but when you're sick or the weather's cold, sometimes ramen hits the spot. We also like to keep on hand macaroni and cheese, and sometimes when I'm lazy and I'm running out of things to cook, we go for hamburger helper. Probably the most eaten pasta in my house though is brown rice. We eat it all the time. You can put it with meat and a vegetable and you've got a really easy meal for your family. I also like to keep on hand some oats. To make oatmeal, you can actually use oats in baking instead of flour. You can grind up oats. I also like to keep on hand some quinoa and pinto beans. Beans in the crock pot all day with some rotel and onion soup mix and onion, rice, cheese, cornbread. You got yourself a meal that's gonna feed a lot of people and it's delicious. And it's super cheap. I know that this is not really grocery related, but I love to keep crock pot liners on hand. These are really great to have and helpful with cleanup. I also usually like to have some fish fry on hand. My dad fishes and gives us fish all the time, so it's easy to just pull out some fish, thaw it, fry it up with french fries. The kids love it. And I know that these are not the healthiest, but I absolutely love to throw these in for seasoning. Ranch packet, chili mix, brown gravy mix, and taco seasoning, and an onion soup mix. I didn't buy my onion soup mix. Okay, onion soup mix is the other thing you've got to have. It's just so easy to throw into meals. Speaking of, something similar is my Better Than Bouillon chicken and beef broth. I like to use this instead of buying canned of broth. I think that this is a lot quicker and cheaper. So you can use these in a ton of soups and other recipes like that. Alright guys, and for the last part of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you my canned items that I keep on hand. Now, I'm not suggesting that you make a whole entire meal out of canned food every single night for your family, but these are great to be able to stretch meals and make some meals cheaper than what they would be if you went with fresh. So I'm gonna start with spaghetti sauce. I always keep a variety: traditional meat sauce, basil, garlic, onion, that type of sauce on hand to be able to throw together with my pasta like I showed you earlier. Pasta is easy and cheap to feed a large family. I also like to keep on hand Alfredo sauce. I definitely don't keep as much of this, but this is also a good sauce to throw together with pasta too. Now, I usually like to have on hand tomato paste and tomato sauce to be able to thicken up some tomato-based soups and pastas and whatnot, and these are really inexpensive. And a lot of recipes usually call for these too. Rotel is also super popular in recipes. I always have rotel. For Mexican food, I also keep on hand green chilies and some refried beans on hand. An assortment of green beans and other vegetables like carrots, corn, mixed vegetables, peas, and potatoes. Some soup bases like cream of chicken and cream of mushroom you're gonna need for a lot of recipes. And sometimes I also like to keep on hand some soups. Sometimes in the winter it's just nice to have some soup. I also like to keep on hand stewed tomatoes and diced tomatoes. Canned fruit is good too. Wash off some of the syrup. You can eat it with cottage cheese. You can make fruit salad. You can just have them as a snack. Olives on hand too for like pasta salads. And I also like to have beans. So many different types of beans. Chili beans, black beans, pinto beans, kidney beans, western or ranch style beans, great northern beans, you name it. You can incorporate beans into so many soups and they are so filling. And if you like pasta, you might also want to keep on hand some pesto. I've got green and red pesto. This will go a long way and it's super inexpensive and it gives your pasta a taste if you don't have a pasta to throw into a recipe. Sometimes pesto pasta is just a great side to be able to feed a lot of people with. And we love jalapenos in this family. We always have jalapenos in our pantry. And last but not least is canned meat. Now I know Sounds disgusting. But the only canned meat that I really keep on hand is tuna in water only and chicken in water only. These are great for tuna salad, chicken salad, things like that. And I do have sloppy Joe sauce too, because that makes a really cheap and inexpensive meal too. And I did want to mention what I keep right next to my stove every single day: olive oil, cooking spray, salt and pepper, and the one and only, if you were a follower here, you know that I like Uncle Chris's steak seasoning basically on everything. It's amazing. I buy it at Walmart. You can buy it on Amazon. It's great. This is currently how I have my seasonings in here. I've recently just organized it. These are the Bomb and 0 Calories Flavor God. But I just like lemon pepper, everything but the bagel, just like essential seasonings that you can do a ton with, are really, really good. I will link this down below, the organization set that I did. And that is it for my pantry staples that I always try to keep in my kitchen. Again, these are staples that you can use for hundreds of recipes, and they are all easy to use and affordable. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I will see y'all again in next week's video. Stay tuned. Next week's video is going to be easy meal planning for busy moms and other people too. So make sure to set your notifications for that, and I will see y'all again next time. Bye everybody.